Hi, and welcome back to another episode of Singapore is Boring. So basically, in this episode, right, I was struggling to kind of think of some kind of content to create for this episode. So I decided to use the internet to go and explore a bit, and my inspiration was that, I realized a lot of YouTubers, when they run out of ideas, all they turn to is the supernatural. So that's what I'll be doing today. Today we'll be going to do some supernatural things, per se lah. Essentially, I wanted to go like ghost hunting, so I was trying to find like a ghost hunting tour because I'm too scared to go on my own. So like a professional can bring me. But unfortunately, right, the ghost hunting tour was like $140 a person. So I'm not gonna pay that kind of money. So I decided that to do the smart thing and divide and go to the places myself lah. So I picked 2 places out of the 4 that were inside the tour. So the 2 places that we picked was Haupao Villa and Bukit Brown. So the first place that we're going to actually today is Bukit Brown. Bukit Brown is actually known as one of the biggest Chinese cemeteries outside of China. But you didn't know that. I didn't know that. And then also Haupao Villa, because I always somehow end up there for some reason, but I just never really go inside and explore a lot more. So I think now will be an interesting time to go and see. So yeah, let me just pick a friend and we'll see you there. And so I grabbed my friend Lukas along so that we can go to our first location, which would be Bukit Brown.
George Henry Brown.
Wait, wrong side. Okay, where are we today, brother?
We had the Bukit Brown Cemetery, named after George Henry Brown.
Yeah, there's a lot of information I need to ask for, bro. Okay, we are walking towards Bukit Brown. This is our first part in our 2-part series. Let you see more of Bukit Brown soon, bro. And let you know if it's solid. Okay, Lucas, you have come to Bukit Brown before, right?
It was like a video shoot, kind of like half a day kind of thing. They didn't really explore the area.
Yeah, so actually what's like the vibe inside like?
Pretty chill. I mean, I came during the day, so it wasn't like scary. Didn't feel haunted or anything, just peaceful, chill.
Yeah. So we're just gonna go inside. In front of us like a little gate. Quite nice. Like if you like go to like England or something, probably looks like a gate to some palace or something.
Yeah.
But it's mostly woodlands. But we'll let you see explore different kinds of cemetery burial grounds. Is that like tombstones?
Yeah, the tombstones are pretty nice.
Yeah, so I explore different kinds of tombstones. Yeah. We'll see you there, bro. Is it that way, bro? That way? The cemetery is that way though. Oh.
It was like literally a hole, yeah.
So we have come across 2 paths. Which way, sir?
This is a safe way.
Safe, huh? Safe? Is it safe? Alright. This looks like just one more jungle, bro. And so we have bumped into our first tombstones. It's a bit overgrown by all the jungle and stuff. But yeah, essentially we're at
Bukit Brown.
Yeah, that's quick. Where exactly are we going, Lucas?
I don't even know what it's called, to be honest. It's just like this flat area full of nice tombstones. Wow, what is happening?
Yeah, so spiderweb. I didn't expect this, but Bukit Brown, a lot of tombstones are kind of overgrown over. It's all in forested area, as you can see. So pretty interesting, but we'll just keep going ahead. There's a spiderweb there, and we'll see what else is there in this area. So this is one of the tombstones here. I think it's really very grand. Something you don't really see in Singapore. There's one at the back there, but we're not gonna go and disturb people's rest area. There's actually more here in the back, a lot more kinds of tombstone areas. Interesting. There's even a hut here. My guess is maybe people come here to clean up the area, because compared to the other tombstones that we saw down the road, these are more well kept. It's because just getting some shots of the tombstones. Very interesting. I think one of the few things that I realized that while coming here is that a lot of the bodies that are buried actually is the tombstones in front, then the deceased would be behind the tombstone. So I didn't really know that, because I was being very careful not to really step on anything in front of the tombstone. Most of the people who pass away in Singapore, they don't really bury them anymore. I mean, that's I understand for mostly Chinese. I mean, I think Malays still bury, right?
Really?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's part of the culture. But most of the Chinese people in Singapore, we cremate the bodies in Singapore and we put them in the columbarium.
So it's something very different. Honestly, it's the first time I've ever been to a cemetery in Singapore per se. So very interesting. But now we're reaching an opening clearing. The lighting's a bit off now, so just trying to adjust that. Yeah, so just gonna go and see different kinds of other burial areas and take a look at how it looks like. So actually, like Bukit Brown, one of the main things like why I wanted to come here is because actually both of us live quite near Bukit Brown. Yeah, and a few years ago they decided to exhume a lot of the bodies here because they were trying to build like a highway across. So yeah, so this is basically what's left of Bukit Brown. It was actually much more a bigger place lah. There's really no space in Singapore to have a cemetery. So coming here is quite a eye-opening experience lah, would you say?
It's very quiet here, which is like very different
to the hustle and bustle. Like in the background you can hear the cars, but honestly here is just pure jungle.
We haven't seen a single other person.
Yeah, there's nobody else here at all. It's like 3 PM in the afternoon, but then again it is a cemetery area, so I don't see why people will come here in the middle of the day. Yeah, but to show you more. So we just came across one of the more prominent tombstones in the area. Yeah. So basically there are two sinks and two lions. So basically they represent like they will protect these people into the afterlife, from what I remember. Because some people of power, they will always employ sinks with guns to stand outside the house as like guards lah. And lions in Chinese mythology is like powerful creatures that take care of you. So yeah, when you're rich, your tombstone will look A-class, bro. That's how it works. So, but what's your thoughts so far though? About
actually, I'm quite surprised that I expected more of the tombstones to be like less well kept. But if you look at it like this area, like some different. Yeah, it's pretty well maintained, I would say.
Yeah, it is.
So I guess there are people that come here and like
pay respects lah.
Yeah, pay respect.
But I mean, this is also on the main road lah, so I guess it's easier for them to access. Like, yeah. So like you know the one that we're actually looking at right now. I'll show you on another angle, but the one we're looking at right now, it's actually very, very well kept, and the grass is trimmed, everything is really very nice lah. So something a bit different from what we've been looking at so far.
So Matthew, what are your thoughts about Bukit Brown Cemetery so far? Was this what you expected?
No, I think honestly speaking, whatever you see online, right, you thought that the area would be a bit more organized. Yeah, there will be a bit more like a bit more systematic. I feel that the area that we are in it seems like very overlooked by a lot of people. Like unfortunately, because history and time passes, certain families maybe don't upkeep their family burial ground. So all those places are very not well maintained lah. But then there's still burial grounds there. So I think it's just an eye-opening experience though.
I guess being from like Singapore, you expect like everywhere to be very well well maintained, orderly, clean. Correct. So this is one of the few places left that's like still has a lot of character.
Correct. I mean, if you compare to like Choa Chu Kang Cemetery, which you can see online, it's a lot more systematic lah. Because I think it's more grid. But here it's a bit more like wherever they can find a plot of land, they'll just bury their
more haphazard placing.
Hope no one's offended. Bro. We're just here to understand and experience. That's what I said just now to Lucas. Like, is it wrong for us to create content of this of people's like resting area? But at the same time, I feel that a lot of people will never actually step foot here. It's like I wouldn't have stepped foot if it weren't for this project that I'm doing. So I think, and it's a great bonding activity lah. Because honestly speaking, I got my steps in, bro. So a lot of steps. Yeah, I mean, we've just been walking. It's huge. Like honestly, it's pretty big for a cemetery area. And yeah, it's just a very interesting experience, I would say. Yeah, but obviously I won't come back at night lah. Yeah,
why not?
It's a bit too dark lah. Because there's no lighting here. I'll expect that if at night it's gonna be like pitch black kind of vibes. Yeah, I think honestly this is probably our whole entire experience at Bukit Brown. I'm not gonna show you anymore, but we probably won't rate Bukit Brown because we will let these people rest in peace. I don't think it's nice to rate people's resting area. If I had the time and I wanted to have an exercise and stroll, I think Bukit Brown is a nice place to come to. Don't you think so? Yeah, I think
it's a nice place for a walk.
Yeah, for a walk. I think it's good for exploring, and I think it's good to see our heritage lah, as Singaporeans and Asian heritage in general. Because these are kind of places that are probably gonna leave us very soon.
Yeah. True, I agree.
So that's the end of this part. We'll see you at our second location. Bye. Okay, and we are back again. Where are we today, Mr. Lucas?
Haw Par Villa.
Sorry?
Haw Par Villa.
Alright, it's fantastic. Lucas, you've never been to Haw Par Villa, right?
I've never been here. Don't really know much about this place.
Okay, so I've been here many times because of schools and stuff. So let me just show you around. Essentially, what Haw Par Villa is, right? Like, if I'm not wrong, they will show you like the 7, I don't know how many steps of hell. Yeah. No, serious. I honestly don't know. So I'm just here to also go and refresh my memory because it's not my religion, right?
Yeah, it's not our religion.
So no, we don't know much. But there's a history here, bro. Let me read it and let you all know again. It's basically like this rich guy that owns Tiger Balm. That's Tiger Balm. So basically what he did was that he's decided to open this place to immortalize like Chinese values and morals using like legends from last time. So we're gonna go there and see, bro. Look at some Buddha, bro.
It's the Duke, bro.
The Duke? Disrespectful. That's disrespectful, bro. What's your current thoughts on Journey to the West?
To be honest with you, I didn't really stop to read the stuff. So.
Was it interesting enough?
Interesting. It was interesting, but like, I don't know. I feel like I had to like understand the whole story to get a better understanding.
But down there it was just like snippets lah.
Yeah, like basically, yeah.
So I mean now we're just gonna go see other things. Then we'll let you know what's the vibe like. Yeah. But actually it's quite from like currently like how we like walking around. It's not a very big place. It seems like we're at the end already.
Is it?
Yeah. Yeah, we're kind of at the end already.
Yeah, but I like it. It's quite peaceful. You know? Not too many people here.
We'll let you know next. But now we're gonna look at some virtues of like being a good Chinese.
We're gonna look at some kiwis.
And some kiwis too. There's so many animals.
This is Australian animals. All Australian animals.
Australia. What's your best Aussie accent, bro?
Australia, mate. I'm a filthy Queenslander.
Okay, so we just went through another part where basically it's like they're teaching us like virtues and vices. We are currently in like an amphitheater, like I don't know what it's called, but it's a circular thing. And then the vices are behind us. So what's your thoughts?
I think I have to say that's like my favorite one so far. I think it's quite interesting to read all the little stories. Yeah, little stories and like fables of why you should be a good person basically.
Yeah. I think it's very interesting that a lot of the stuff they teach is like through like scaring people. Like basically they ask you not to be a bad person. Yeah.
If not this will happen to you, if not X will happen to you.
So it's like a negative kind of like reinforcement rather than like oh you do good then you can go to heaven kind of like, you know?
Yeah.
Quite interesting. Okay, so right now we're trying to find our way to like the last part of Haw Par Villa, which is basically like the steps to hell lah. But we're trying to see if we can get in for free. Damn. Alright, bro. So unfortunately, we wanted to go to see like the Hell's like exhibit, right? But it's like $18. I've just came for a free experience today. So what's your overall thought on Haw Par Villa?
I think I would say this is quite an overlooked tourist attraction in Singapore. I think it's quite interesting nuggets of information here and there. And yeah, I wouldn't mind coming back.
I think even for the weather, right? Like I could see myself like coming here to just chill. If it wasn't so hot lah, but the weather is kind of.
Yeah, this is because it's like mostly outdoor.
Yeah, it's mostly outdoor. The only part that's actually air conditioned is like the $18 part of the whole place lah.
Pretty much.
I mean, what's the most fun part about?
Feeling like the terrapins. Like the most like
therapeutic, bro. And like fun. Trying to blow bubbles, bro. That was the best, bro.
Yeah. But even apart from that, just like reading all like the little like Chinese stories, fables. I still feel I'm quite ignorant regarding like this part of
True. I think it's like very deep in the culture.
Yeah,
and stuff.
very deep in the culture.
Like there was one part they were sharing with us about how like they make the paper offerings and stuff. So it's like quite interesting lah. So would you like come back here again?
I would.
For what though? Like,
I don't know. Maybe if I guess if like if I had a overseas friend or something, I wouldn't mind like bringing them here just to like chill and talk.
I think it's quite interesting.
Yeah.
So what's your rating for this place?
I'll go with a solid.
With an eye.
Yeah, with an eye.
Solid, bro. I feel that it's okay place. nothing amazing.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's a cultural experience.
And there you have it. That was my whole entire experience at Haw Villa and Bukit Brown. Honestly speaking, like Bukit Brown, there's a lot of more to cover, but it's really hard to go and like explore around the whole entire area to go and to show you more things, because it's going to be basically the same thing. And plus, it was getting kind of dark, so we didn't really want to stay longer there. And for Haw Villa itself, it was a nice place. I think it's like what Lucas said. I will also give it a solid as well. I really feel that it just encapsulates like a different culture and a different kind of, there's so many different kind of like stories and stuff that you can see from inside the building itself, which I found was quite interesting and something that I start to appreciate more now that I've been there again. Would I recommend people to go? Definitely. More than, I think people should definitely go and explore these kind of places. And next time I will definitely fork out the $18 to go inside and see the thingy, the steps to hell, because I think that would have been quite interesting. So that's when I have money. But now as a brokey, I'll just enjoy the free things in life. So that brings Haw Villa onto the second tier list of the whole entire listing that we have so far. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching so much. If you like the content, be sure to like and subscribe. Like the video, share the video as well, so that more people can watch and understand. And then at the same time, also subscribe if you're new here. And I hope that you'll stick around and watch more videos as we go along. See you and bye.